Hey, are y'all doing what, have you done what you're supposed to do? Get there. I'm sorry you feel this way. Yes, just have a room. Yes.
You can still do it.
I was say I still have middle potato and math team, so that's going to be every week. Sorry. What are you trying to do?
We're trying to do it. Our teacher was Mr. Bolton, but he now is a part of the sport, and now I'm stressing out before Wednesday.
Let
to find a
me,
teacher.
Let me think on it right now. I'm not going to commit to it, but let me think.
If you can, at least let somebody know by Wednesday.
Yes.
Or at least Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Huh? It's the same thing as it's your third day, or fourth day actually. You what? Talk with your group. Hey guys, I know that some of us may not know how to do this bell ringer. We're going to discuss it. Talk within your small groups. You might need to get a sheet of paper out because I can guarantee you that none of us should be able to do this in our own heads. A handful might, but for the most part, you will need a sheet of paper out to write on and figure out this problem. Work with each other to figure this problem out. Hey, what are our name cards? Where's our name cards? Okay, I'm gonna have to cut some more paper up after school. You'll have to do it tomorrow, okay? How are you gonna do the? Well, what does it say on the board? What's the first thing it says? Huh? You got a calculator, ready? You got a calculator.
Gang, what's
the
up?
directions to log in are up here on the top. Okay? You already have an account. Y'all, we don't touch each other like that in my classroom. That is unacceptable. Hey guys, I see a whole lot of us that have not even come close to doing the first direction on the board.
I can't find my name.
Okay, well I will make some more, but this is why we have a notebook and we should have it in the pocket of our notebook. If you don't have a notebook, let me know and I'll go buy some for students, alright?
Oh, I found it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh. Look.
Bailey, have you done the bell ringer? Okay. Again, guys, I see a whole lot of us without even paper out. This would be a hard bell ringer for most of us without paper. You sure you submitted it? Or you did it? There we go. We're trying to get answers up there. Marlon, right? Headphones out. Thanks, sir.
Hey. Hey. Get back.
Jordan. No. You're in that group. They're in that group. Do your bell ringer and that's it.
Yes.
Alright, just one more minute or so, work with each other, come up with an answer that we all submit. Yes, sir. You're telling me 6 minutes in the class that you prepare? Hold on, I'll reset in a second. Why? Alright, let's get started. Sorry that took longer. I'm still learning names heavily. Guys, we have not done the bell ringer very much. I need answers in there before we get started. If you have a survey, you can submit the answer. If you use the cursor and you go above where it says quick poll, you can submit. Come on, you haven't even attempted to type anything in. Then type it in. Guys, I didn't say you have to be correct. I asked you to try and we'll have a discussion. You need to have something on that paper. So, you hit this little button right here. It'll give you a calculator. -2 plus -8. I'll show everyone that feature in a second. Okay. We'll look at it. Come on guys, I got 25 students in class, only 17, 18 of us have put something down. Where are, oh wait, who was it who needed me to help him out? You need me, right? Okay. Marlon, I just reset your password, so you should be able to get in. Keandre, why haven't you gotten in yet? There's no way it says that because you haven't logged in before, have you? Look, did you actually type in your username? Did you follow those directions up there? Okay, so Keandre, right? Okay. What's your middle name? DeJuan? So it's the D? Huh? No. Because it's just your first letter of your first name, first letter of your middle name, and then your last name. What's your last name? So S-I-M-M-O-N-S. Whatever you enter for your password will be your password. Yes. It should. Okay, Jerry, you haven't even logged into your calculator yet. So there's no way you've done this problem. I need you to log into your calculator. The directions are up there if you forgot. Okay. All right. I'm stopping this. I'm going to go over it. So, what's the most common response? 5x minus 14. So we can get some people to explain maybe how they did that to see if it's correct. I saw a lot of 5x's and negative 10s. 5x equals 14. I do want to point this out right here though. 5x equals 14. If you made this mistake, awesome, fantastic, learn from it. But I want everyone else to learn from this as well. Can anyone explain why right away we should know that that can't be the answer?
Because it's not.
It wasn't an equation. So what can we not have? You can't have an equal sign. You can't just magically put that equation in there. that equal sign in there, we have an, well, what again was this called? An expression, right? Now, I do want to ask, is there a possibility for more than one correct answer here? What does the question ask for? It just asks for something equivalent, right? Are there possibly many things that, well, first off, what do we mean by equivalent? I guess is a good question. It looks different, but it's still the same, right? So is there a possibility that we could get multiple correct answers here? Yes. If I were you, I would have a sheet of paper out, and I would take notes as we discuss some of these ideas to make sure we understand how to approach this problem. I believe we broke something like this down heavily on Friday. So I need y'all to pay attention and learn and grow. It's okay to make mistakes, but we do want to learn and grow from this. And so I might do a sheet of paper that is just simplifying expressions. That's what we would call this, right? Simplifying expressions. And just so you know, yeah, I'm still learning names. I only saw half of y'all on Thursday, and it's just been a weird week. Plus, there's 30 in this class. That's a lot of names to learn, so I apologize. I just have not learned y'all's names as well as I want to, but I will hopefully have them down in the next couple days. So if I screw your name up, please have some grace with me. I have a total of 90 student names I have to learn. Jordan. So I've got some of them down, still learning some of y'all's, but we'll talk more about that in the future. So let's do this. And please understand, I'm just going to call, if you don't know, make your best guess. We're learning together. No one's perfect at this yet. Addison, what would you do, or what do you think we could do first to simplify this expression? So you say put the 3x together? So it'd be like this, 3x, and then you said minus 2, plus 2x minus 8. Is that what you're saying? Maybe? Maybe? Okay, so here's the thing, right? At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask, and this is how I regularly run class, I'm going to say, hey, does anyone want to push back on that answer, or does anyone want to add on, right? We make mistakes. So if you think someone made a mistake, respectfully say that. If you're like, oh yeah, I think that's correct, but I want to add a little extra, do that. Does anybody want to push back on this response or add on to? Emily?
The 3x is correct, and you just multiply them, but since the 2 is also in the parentheses, you have to multiply it by the 3.
So you're saying I need to multiply the 3 by x and the 3 by the negative 2? Does anybody, who agrees with that assessment, that I need to multiply 3 by x and 3 by negative 2? Go to Barry Lee, several on this side. Anybody on this side agree?
Who said it?
Emily said it?
Emily, can you raise your hand? Because I really don't know. That's, oh yeah, I agree with her.
You agree with it just because it's Emily?
She looks smart.
Okay? It's not about how smart someone looks, it's about are the ideas correct? Okay, so I do want to point this out. I want to pause for a second. I need y'all to hear me on this. Okay? Emily and Addison, they're in the same group, right? Yes? Yeah. Addison, you seemed uncertain about your answer. Is that fair? But Emily seemed really confident in what she was doing. Did y'all talk with each other at all? You did? So,
Do y'all have different answers or the same answers?
you just forgot to
Y'all just got
say that
different
part?
steps on how it's.
Okay. I do want to point out, though, I want y'all working within small groups, right? Come up with answers together. Okay, so please note, does anyone know the name for when we multiply that 3 by both of these terms?
Distributed property.
Yeah, we would distribute the multiplication. We would want to notice and keep in mind what's the operation between the 3 and the parentheses. What's it understood to be?
Multiplication.
Multiplication, right? So 3 times x would give me 3x. And what's 3 times negative 2?
Negative.
Negative 6. Anybody want to push back on or ask a question about that? What are your questions up to this point? One thing I do want to point out is this. Is that purple expression equivalent to what we started with? I use the distributive property, right? So are they equivalent? They look different, but effectively the same? So could you have stopped right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. All I asked for was an equivalent expression. You didn't have to have the most simplified. I just wanted an equivalent expression. So you could have stopped there, but we can continue. Someone who hasn't talked yet, share out what we could do to continue from here. We definitely talked about this on Friday. Yes, ma'am?
Don't you have to get both of the X's and just
So say that one more time. I have to get both of the x's on the same side of what? Expression? So that idea, please hear me very clearly on this. This idea of getting stuff on the same side is usually meant in respect to an equation, right? We don't have an equation. But what's the operation that we would use to combine the variable expressions? Or the variable terms? Well, there is combined like terms, but what operation? I heard someone saying it. Addition, right? We're adding those two things. By the way, didn't I have y'all take notes on these different terms last week where we talked about what a mathematical term is, what it means to add 3x and 2x?
yes.
Yeah? Guys, I would have those notes out when you do these bell ringers to help you grow and learn. So, what would 3x plus 2x be? 5x. Pause for 1 second. I just want to pause right there. Why is it 5x? This is fundamental to understanding math. Huh?
3 plus 2 is 5.
Okay, but why 5x then?
Because they both have an x.
3x plus 2x.
So we're closer there. Remember, what's the operation between 3 and x? Multiplication. Jamie, what do you want to share?
Okay. 2 plus 3 is 5, and then you multiply the x's, and x times x is x, which is 1x.
Be careful. X times x, that's x squared. We need to be careful.
Well, x squared is going to be the same thing.
No. Are you telling me 3 and 3 squared are the same thing?
No.
So then x and x squared are not the same thing,
True.
right? Okay, so I want to pause. I want to go back to fundamentals, right? I know that a lot of us know that 3 plus 2 is 5. But why is 3x plus 2x 5x? Remember, what is multiplication?
Repeated.
There we go, repeated addition. Which means with 3x, I have how many x's being added? 3 of them, right? And what am I doing here? Adding 2 more x's. So how many x's do I have? 5 x's. That's what we're talking about. It's not just, hey, 3 plus 2 is 5. 3x is x plus x plus x. Plus 2 more x's is a total of 5 x's. And that multiplication is repeated addition. All right? And then we want to know, we still have minus 6, minus 8. One thing I will point out, a student was struggling with this a second ago. All right, sorry to stop that poll. I'm going to send this question back out. And here's something I want you to see on this calculator that's really useful. So you should get this poll question in just a second. All right? Type out just this 5x minus 6 minus 8. Okay? Don't submit, just type out 5x minus 6 minus 8. Some of us will already know what negative 6 minus 8 is, but not everyone will. Do you see the little calculator button between escape and tab on the top left-hand side?
Say that again.
The little calculator symbol between escape and tab on the top left-hand side?
Yeah.
So click that once. You should get a calculator screen that pops up. Now do negative 6 minus 8. What do you get? What happened to your survey question?
Negative 14.
You get negative 14. Now you hit escape, and what does it go back to?
The
The survey question, right? So this is a thing that you can do where, okay, I don't know how to do this calculation. Well, I can hit it's called scratch pad button, that little calculator. You go to the scratch pad, you do the calculation, you hit escape and go back to the survey question and type the final answer in. So what's the final answer we should type in here? 5x minus 14.
I didn't do the calculation for me. I think I
Did you hit enter?
We have to enter.
Yeah. So hit enter. No, don't put equal sign. Just -6 minus 8, enter. There, you multiplied them. Be careful. -6, but it's not, the minus is right there. Hit minus. I promise you didn't. -8, hit enter. See? You accidentally put -6 and -8. Man. Okay, so when you probably typed it in as 5x minus 14 like this, okay? But remember, and so I'm glad you asked this question. I need you all to pay attention to this. What is understood to be between the 5 and the x? Multiplication. And that's why I'm talking about when I look at this 3x right here, that's not just 3x, and that's why I want students to understand that's 3 times x, which means I'm repeatedly adding x 3 times, right? That's not just 3x and magically that's whatever. 3 times x is these 3 x's being added together. I add 2 times x, and that's adding 2 more x's, right? And so the calculator, and that's what you want to recognize, the calculator understands that you're multiplying the number and the variable. By the way, what is that number called that's in front of the variable?
5.
That is the number 5, but there's a name for the number that goes in front of the variable. Coefficient, right? The coefficient for that variable means that we're multiplying the coefficient by the variable. Does that answer your question? All right. Questions, comments, or concerns? So I need you all to hear me very clearly on this. Some of us are still crushing it. There are people in your group, though, who are struggling with this a little bit. We're going to do bell ringers on simplifying expressions for the next couple days. I'm not just going to beat you over the head with it, but you need to start to learn this. This will be on assessments. You have to know how to simplify expressions. But again, I will point this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are, well, these 3 expressions right here. Are these all equivalent to what we started with? Yes. If I ask you for the most simplified answer, this is the most simplified expression. But all 3 of these would be acceptable for the idea of an equivalent expression. Does that distinction make sense?
This is making my brain hurt.
Good! You may not believe me on that, but my job as a teacher is to make your brain hurt. If your brain is not struggling, then it's not growing, it's not learning, but you are capable of so much. I think I've mentioned this before, and I need you to hear me on this if I haven't mentioned it. Actually, I'm fairly confident I did. When you go into the weight room, what does your body need to be when you leave the weight room? It needs to be sore, it needs to be hurting. Because when you work out, you are tearing your muscles so that they build back stronger. In my classroom, I'm going to challenge you because I know that when you are challenged, when you struggle, your brain is going to build new neurons and you're going to become a smarter person. It doesn't matter how smart you were in the past. It matters how hard you're working and how much you're being challenged for the future. You're capable of amazing things. So, when your brain hurts, rejoice and be excited about that because you're going to become smarter as a result. Yes, sir?
What if I have a headache?
Well, sometimes we got to push through that headache. I know. So, again, I will say this, guys. Like, people sometimes have migraines, and that's different. But if you just have a headache because your brain's hurting because you've been thinking so hard, that's a good thing. I do that because I care about you. All right, so geometry. I know it doesn't seem like it, but a couple of things on the agenda. First things first. We're going to change a couple of things up moving forward when it comes to entering my classroom. One of the first things is this. I am very behind in this class learning names. And so I'm trying to fix that this week. I should hopefully have it Wednesday. We'll see. But what I'm going to do is before you can enter my class, I'm going to have to either figure out your name or you're going to have to help me out so I can greet you as you're coming in the door from now on. So that's one thing. But there's something else with that. When I greet you by name, you have to give me a response. And here's what the response is. I am capable. So when I say, good afternoon, Jordan, what are you going to respond with as you walk through my door?
I'm capable.
There we go, right? All right. So Joey, when I say, good afternoon, Joey, how are you going to respond when you come through my door? I am capable, right? Barry Lee, when you come in my door, I'm going to say, good afternoon, Barry Lee, and how are you going to respond?
I'm capable.
Okay. Why do you think I'm going to ask you to do that?
So we can get on our heads that we can do that we're capable.
So I'm going to greet you by name, so I'm getting to know you. But yeah, you're laughing, but that's 100% true. So often we walk into a classroom and we come in already beaten down. We already come in tired. We come in exhausted. We don't want to be there. But you come in with the right attitude, and you tell yourself that you're capable. You're going to be able to do amazing things. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy every single day, but what I'm saying is I need you to remind yourself that you are capable. Because you are. It doesn't matter what what has happened in the past. You are capable and you're capable of more. And so when you walk into my class, I'm going to greet you by name to the best of my ability. You're going to help me out if I forget. And you're going to tell me, okay, Mr. Kinney, I'm capable. You're going to come in and you're going to work because you're capable of so much. Now, here's the second part of it that y'all are not going to like. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you're not going to like this, but this is how it's going to operate because you are very capable, but we like to get distracted. What is the number one thing that distracts us in class?
Oh my God.
You already knew, right? You already knew it was those cell phones. So here's what we're going to do. Each of you has a different number, and you're going to put your cell phone in that cell phone caddy, and we're going to do it right here and right now.
I don't have my phone.
I don't believe you. You're lying. I know that. Nathan Allen, you're in cell phone pocket number 1. Thank you, sir. Peyton Allen, 2. Jaden Anthony. No, Jaden's not here today. Jamie Braid, your pocket number 4. Emily, pocket 5. Thomas, pocket 6. Can someone help our man out here? Someone help Thomas out? Okay. He's pocket 6.
No, I thought I didn't know who we were.
Ethan, pocket 7. Coda, is Coda, right? Coda, pocket 8, 9. Ezra's 8. He's not here. So Coda's pocket 9. Aiden, pocket 10.
I got taken last period.
Whose class? I can look it up later. I'll go and ask them. That's what I thought. Okay. Who was the last one I did? Aiden? Kyla, 11. Addison, 12. Jaden, 13. Caitlin, 14. Kyla, 11. Thank you. Brooklyn, 15. To Marlon, 16.
Nah, we don't want to rest.
Devin, 17. Jordan, 18.
I'm gonna be so mad.
Karia, right? 19? Is that how you pronounce it? Karia? Or do you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what you prefer, not right? Not Winter? Okay. Karia, 19. Madison, 20. Yeah, Brooklyn, 15. Yeah. Wesley, 21. Janaya, 22. Barry Lee, 23. Taylor, 24. Joey, 25. Jerry, 26. Okay. Keandre, 27. She'll call the office if she really needs you.
What did she say? She didn't.
No.
You know what?
Trenton, 28. She ain't calling you.
Okay, but like,
No bud. No bud. Anaya, 29. And Dewan, 31.
I'm gonna be able to check the time.
I'm like, there's your name. Man, I literally leave your name. I was like, I can't find it. What?
What number?
28.
I thought you had your phone
Did I say Keandre?
Can me and him switch? Cause that's my birthday. I can't work from my phone.
I'm sorry.
You'll be alright, young buck.
Yeah.
I'm bro. I'm older than you. What grade?
What's your name again?
I'm
Madison, right? No.
Young buck still.
Anaya.
When's your birthday?
Already, oh, 29.
I'm older.
No, you're not. What's your
What
birthday?
is it? Keandre. Keandre. Put your phone up. 27. Huh? Because I know high school students can't exist without their phones.
Oh, I was going for 6 months.
All right.
What about your couch? Where your couch gonna be at?
Kari, do you not have a phone?
No, I lived at home.
Nah, she
I'm being serious. I had
go
my
through her
brownies.
backpack.
Kari.
No, I'm being like for real.
Oh, she showed that she need her.
All right. I'm emailing your mom just to check, okay?
Okay, she's okay. Daddy's at home. At home.
All right. So here's the thing, Juwan, did I not say yours? 31.
My phone, bro. I'm so serious. I swear to God.
So you don't even have it with you?
No, I don't. Email.
All right.
I believe him. I just don't believe him.
So here's the thing, guys. Look, I know that this is not our favorite thing about my class. Marlon, get your head up. Thank you, sir. I'm trying to drool all over my calculator, falling asleep. All right, here's the thing, though. I do this again because I care. I know that we like to have our phones. It feels like we've lost a limb when we have to put our phones up. But I promise you it's for your good. One, that you just learn to not be near your phone for a little bit of time each day. But also,